How's it going, everybody? We got a cool strike spot to dig our teeth into today. It is the 7th anniversary special. I have been informed that I got to keep a close eye on this video. So let's look for any sort of Easter eggs that could be giving us future hints. But I heard this is a big one. I heard it's exciting. Let's go find out. How's the volume, chat? Let me know. If you need me to turn it up or down,
Greetings,
I can.
Commanders. Pathfinder here with another episode of...
We lost the glory that was Stash Daddy. He's now fully grown man beard daddy. But I'm here for it. Daddy's still daddy.
Strike Spot. We have a jam-packed episode for you today, but first, make sure to leave a comment down below on what alliance you're from. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss any of the latest news and updates in Marvel Strike Force. Here's a high-level summary of what we're going to be covering in today's episode. Marvel Strike Force's 7th anniversary is right around the corner, and we have some news on what you can expect over the next month. We'll be joined by our General Manager, Ryan Jacobson, for an interview on what's to come in 2025.
Last year's Strike Spot, Ryan Jacobson let slip that there was going to be moments in the game that never happened. Okay, so 0 for 1 batting average from Ryan at that point. But he also gave us a hint that one of his favorite symbiote characters was coming to the game. That ended up being Null, I assume. So maybe we keep an ear out for potentially the next Battle World villain. That could be cool. Let's find out.
There is a ton of information that you're not going to want to miss in this interview. Next, Strikefox is going to give us the community weather report. And to wrap things up, Lori's going to give us an update on the Envoy. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. March is almost here, Commanders, which means it's time to celebrate Marvel Strike Force's 7th anniversary. We have an entire month filled with fun events and rewards, and I think Howard the Duck will make an appearance or two. We will also have
Howard the Duck out March 5th, absolute crucible game changer. He's going to have that Scarlet Witch zombie passive where he stops speedbar on spawn, or just speedbar in general, from the enemies. He's going to be giving himself, Rocket, and Groot speedbar on spawn. So I kind of think there's going to be a 4-piece offensive option. Howard, Rocket, Groot, Star-Lord, and the 5th being some kind of big hitter to go with them. I think you could have a really meaningful Crucible team for the next Crucible.
Have an update every week on marvelstrikeforce.com/updates. So make sure to head over there every week to see what's in store in Marvel Strike Force. There's some big things coming, and you're not going to want to miss this information. Let's head over to our interview with our General Manager, Ryan Jacobson. Well, thanks, Ryan, for joining us today. I know the community is super excited for some of the things we have coming up, and I know that they're really looking forward to hearing about it. So thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Pathfinder. Excited to give an update to the community for sure.
Well, let's kick things off by talking about the 7th anniversary. It's right around the corner. So I wanted to hear from you, what are some of the things that players should be expecting from this anniversary?
I think we always learn a lot from our previous...
Sorry, I have to interrupt here. First of all, keeping the tradition of manly, awesome beards. I like that. Also, this guy's a huge fucking dork. Look at all this stuff back here. I can respect that. I can appreciate a dork when I see one. Look at all this. Let's go. Is that Taskmaster? That's Taskmaster. Taskmaster rework, Gambit rework, Moon Knight rework, Symbiote Spider-Man rework, Deadpool rework, fucking the roly-poly guy from Ghostbusters is coming to the game. Sorry, I'm blocking it. The roly-poly guy from Ghostbusters is coming to the game. What else we got here? Loki rework, Falcon rework. Okay, we already seen a lot of this. Is this like Thanos with a giant gun? Quicksilver? Quicksilver rework! Finally!
Iterations of anniversaries, some of the things that work, some of the things that maybe don't work as well as we expect them to. So I would say there's going to be some great events. There's going to be some great rewards. The kind of normal stuff that we typically do. There's a lot of costumes that look amazing from everything I've seen thus far. There's also a really cool UI takeover that the team's been working on that I'm excited to get out there and to our players' hands. And then I do know that Howard the Duck is going to be making an appearance, and he's going to be crafting a pretty cool arc. So hopefully people enjoy the narrative, but I think there's a lot of exciting stuff that's going to come with this 7th anniversary.
Well, a couple weeks ago, we talked about Battle World returning, and at the end of the video, I did a little bit of a teaser that we're already working on the 2nd instance of Battle World.
Let's go.
I wanted to know what are some more details that we can share about that?
Yeah, I think, first and foremost, I think Battle World is one of those modes we need to continually iterate on. There's some changes that we're working on right now. I think there's some bigger changes that we also want to get out before the next iteration of Battle World 2 comes out. But yeah, I would say, when we created this mode, kind of the boss fights themselves, I get really excited for. We know it. We don't always want it to be kind of a big baddie. So I think I can let you know that the next one will be kind of a different side. We'll be fighting a good guy. And I think one of those hero fights that I'm expecting will be pretty epic. It is a pretty relevant character that's going to be coming in. Going to be coming into the MCU this year as well. Someone that I get really excited for. So I think the next iteration hopefully gets people pumped up for what we come out with.
So it's Sentry. Sentry is the next battle royale boss. Okay. Because you gotta think, who is a hero character that is grandiose enough to even deserve to be a battle royale boss? Who can kind of share the same sort of stage presence as Null? Like, the only real hero that we know coming to the MCU is Sentry. All right, it sure as hell isn't gonna be one of the Liberty members because they're already in the game. Obviously, that'd be crazy. Professor X, well, we already know he's gonna be a thing. It's Sentry. We already know it's Sentry. Yeah, Elmer Fudd. There you go.
Awesome. And any idea of when?
Okay, first of all, now my head is flooded. Okay, so I did a video not too long ago where I talked about like what battle royale bosses need. We need phases. So we need a phase where we fight Sentry, and he hits a certain health marker, his charges run out, whatever the hell happens, and we again fight the Void. We need something to go hard for bosses.
We could be expecting that.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be probably around September. That's our aim right now.
Okay, nice.
Changes,
September.
Like I said, that we want to make to that mode. So right now, our tentative plans is to get that Battle World 2 out starting in September.
Awesome. Well, definitely
Not
be on the lookout, Commanders, for more info on that. I am very excited to hear that a hero is going to be the next big bad. That's or the next big good. I don't know
how to phrase it either. I just say good hero. But yeah, it's going to be fun. I think we can do a lot with that mode and play around with the baddies and some of these heroes. And so hopefully people will get excited about each time a new iteration comes out.
Very, very cool. Well, that's one big thing that's coming in 2025. So I want to ask, what's the most exciting thing that's coming in 2025 that you're excited for personally?
Yeah, there's two things there. I would say there's a new game mode that we're working on right now that we have a small little team that's actively working on that we want to try and get out really early on and get into our players' hands so we can constantly kind of iterate on it. I think that's one of the valuable lessons learned from Battle World. I think Battle World, we spent a little bit too much time doing internal development before we got that into our players' hands, and then we learned a lot when we got into our players' hands. So that's one of the things that we're hoping will come out hopefully Q1, Q2, where we're actively working as fast as we.
Okay, well, Q1's about to end. Okay, so that means this game mode is like here. All right, this is great because we've been clamoring for another game mode. Now we already have War, we already have Crucible, so we have single player 1v1, we have alliance based 1v1. We're not gonna have like, well, I guess you could have like teams where you get a friends list, you do like PvP like that. We have arena, obviously, so definitely there's gonna be a PvE mode they're talking about. That's just, we're going to take that as a reality, right? We've been clamoring for that. We better get that quickly because people are super hungry. I like what's happening. Honestly, if we just get a PvE mode and it comes out as bad as Battle World, but we don't wait a whole freaking year for it, and then they could take it and tweak it for the next month, and the next time it comes out, it's amazing. Like, that's what I would much prefer, right? There was so much build up to Battle World and became such a big letdown. This next mode, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. Call me crazy.
We can on that. I would love to say more about it, but I actually want one of the lead designers, hopefully, to do one of these soon, so he can actually talk about it because he's put a lot of time and energy into that. But I would also say the one that I'm the most excited about is we're really doing a lot of work on the seasonal framework right now, what we call kind of ages, right? The age of X that we're in right now. There's going to be some pretty drastic changes that we're going to roll out to the community pretty soon, and I think they're all going to be really beneficial for all player types, and so that is the one thing that I'm really excited about this year.
Okay, very cool.
That's another thing I would say. Like, we've been in the Age of X, right? But I haven't associated this year anytime I log in with like, oh, we're doing Professor X stuff. Like I've never felt that way. I never felt that way with Mephisto. I never felt that way with Skrull. I never felt that way with Odin. I hopped over Odin because I didn't feel that way. I did feel that way with Apocalypse. I think they need to do a better job at bringing the theme to life in Marvel Strike Force. Make me feel like, even though I'm always going to skip all the campaign stories, make me feel like I'm in a story.
Cool. New game mode. That sounds really exciting. Is there any other details we can give about that, or are we gonna hold that close to the vest for now?
Well, I would say we're gonna hold it close to the vest, but for those who know games, it is a roguelike game mode. So if you know what that is, you might be pretty excited. But I think it's gonna be a cool little experience where it's gonna feel different and unique every time you go in. You're gonna kind of build up your roster, and you're gonna have new fun ways to play with kind of our characters in ways that you've never done before.
Chat, what's
And don't
roguelike?
forget about the rewards. The new game mode, more rewards.
That
Sounds
they
good to
always
me.
go hand in hand for sure.
Well,
What's
you
roguelike, chat?
hit on the seasons a little bit. I want to talk about the kind of age or season that we're in right now, which is the Age of X. That's going to come to its kind of crescendo, its conclusion here soon. So, what kind of details can we give the players right now on the conclusion of the Age of X?
Yeah, right now we have a lot of people that are actively working on some of the kind of the last beats there in terms of kind of what do we want that experience to feel like? Do we want it to feel like a traditional Dark Dimension? Do we want it to feel a little bit more unique, kind of like the Apox saga was? So we're playing around with some ideas right now. So I can't confirm either way of which we're going because we really want to get it into our hands and kind of play it and see which one we feel like feels better. But I would say that we want this experience to feel a little bit different than the kind of traditional normal Dark Dimension that everyone's used to. So that's kind of what we're working on right now for the conclusion of the Age X.
Nice.
Well, with Xavier ending soon, you talked already about seasons. What are those? What is that going to look like going forward?
Yeah, I think the main goal that we're aiming for is more kind of episodic, more of kind of a chapter based bits of content that we want to get into our players' hands. So think of it as kind of, we're roughly saying a quarter, right? So a 3-month kind of chapter, quote unquote, and then you'll move into chapter 2, then you'll move into chapter 3, and then the conclusion with chapter 4. But we want to make some pretty big changes there. We're still actively kind of aligning on some of those things right now, but I would say it's going to be a drastic difference from anything any player is used to that's played this game for any amount of time. We want definitely a better sense of immersion, and we have some things that are going to help to kind of really do some great goal setting for our players. That will be coming out. We also have some really cool things that are going to be coming out in terms of kind of the way that we set up our events, the event structure. We're also going to be introducing some global events. So there's some big things that we're going to be doing, but I would say this age, just kind of the overall structure, I'm really excited for, and we'll see kind of what the players' reception and how they react to it is.
So when he was talking there, it got me thinking, and it goes back to when I said like Apocalypse was the last time I felt like I was immersed in the game, and that was because like it was very predictable what was going to happen. We knew there were 4 horsemen. They said that out the gate. They put them in shadows in such a way that we actually couldn't really tell who it was. Like Red Hulk being the hunched over guy, nobody guessed that, right? And then Archangel and Morgan Le Fay and Rogue, like we just couldn't know. And what happened is we knew there was going to be a cadence for that year where a legendary character was going to come. They put out a cinematic video of Apocalypse kind of corrupting that person. And that to me felt like chapters. When he said the word chapters, that's what I kind of thought. So I would really hope we can get back to something like that. So we have the really kind of punch you in the face theme for the year. And then not the Age of X, the Age of Apocalypse sort of, you have to build this entire team to the highest level because that was boring, right? But everything else that came before it with the Apocalypse was sort of the Scourges and how that tied into the thematics. I think that'd be really good. Let's see where he goes from here.
Very cool, very cool. Do we know who the next is going to be?
Yeah, we do. It's going to be the Age of Annihilus.
Okay.
To kind of, ping pong off of a kind of hero a villain, and I think Annihilus is one of those really cool characters who people who know, especially the comic book lore, right? We're gonna also try and stick a little bit more to kind of some cool narrative around him, but this will be the next age, will be the age of Annihilus.
Annihilus, if you don't know, a cosmic level threat, big baddie. The comic line Annihilation, definitely worth a read. Not in my top 10, maybe not in my top 20 as far as comic book lines go, but really good, really imposing big bad. When I think of Annihilus, as far as a hype level goes, I kind of put it on the same level as Super Skrull. Wasn't super wasn't super hyped for Super Skrull. Annihilus, okay, it'll be fun. I'm gonna be interested on how they can keep that theme going though, because that was such a cosmic level theme. I guess we'll find out.
Well, I gotta say, there is a lot coming up in Marvel Strike Force, and you're definitely gonna want to stick around for it. What are kind of the final thoughts that you want to give the players?
Yeah, I think there's always, ups and downs. And I would say, last year there was a lot of positive things that we've done. I would say there's also some things that definitely didn't hit the mark. And I think that there's a very passionate team that works on this game that we're always constantly learning from the things that are working, things that maybe aren't working. Battle World's a great example of that. I think a lot of players had opinions on it. I think there was some positive opinions. There was some definitely critical feedback. I think when we get it back into our players' hands, there's a lot of excitement internally about how we think it will be received. So hopefully there's a lot of positive reception there. And then I would just say that we know there's a lot that we continually want to work on and kind of adjust and make sure that the community, has the game that they really love to play, right? And I think that's one of the things that we're really pushing on this year is finding the fun again, right? Because I think if you look back at last year, there was definitely times where I would say, like, I'm not really having fun playing this game right now. And I think that's something that games should always be providing for their players, right? Is an excitement, delight, and really an enjoyment overall every day that you're playing these games. And so we really want to find that again this year. And I think there's a lot of amazing work that we're going to be releasing throughout the year that hopefully people start to see that and get really excited again. But overall, I would just say that there's a lot of things that are in the hopper right now that we're actively working on. And so hopefully soon we'll be releasing kind of the overall roadmap for the year to you and to the group. And then we'll make sure that we get feedback from kind of the community, the player council, as we always do. And then we'll continually kind of go from there.
Awesome. Well, thanks for...
That was pretty transparent. That was pretty transparent. We got to find the fun again. And he admitted that, it's some people ain't been having fun lately. That's something I would not have expected to hear. That's kind of big.
Giving your time today to do this. I know that a lot of big updates, and obviously with the 7th anniversary, so much stuff is happening. So want to make sure that we keep our players updated. So thank you again for joining me here today.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me. Look forward to always doing these, and hopefully we get to do one again soon. Thanks, Pathfinder.
Wanted to give a big thank you for Ryan for stopping by and giving us all of that information. We hope you're as excited as we are. Now let's head over to Strikefox, who's going to be giving us the community weather report.
Thanks, Pathfinder. The sweetest storm of the century moved through the community during February and showered everybody with prizes. We gave out 6 Valentines on our Discord server during the event, and each contained a unique QR code that rewarded some sweet in-game treats. Then we wrapped up this month's community events with a giveaway on Discord. Now let's check out the 4-week forecast. Yup, looks like 100% chance of anniversary-related
She's
fun.
a fucking dork
We've got
too,
a
dude.
full month
She's a
packed.
dork too. I love
All
it.
sorts of activities and rewards, and maybe we'll make Pathfinder sing happy birthday a few times. You'll want to head over to our Discord server to join in the festivities. So stop by, say hello, share a meme or two, and stay until we're best friends over at discord.gg/MarvelStrikeForce. Oh, and for your actual weather forecast, please consult your local weather app. Now let's check in with Lori.
Thank you, Strike Fox. Hello, everyone. Lori here. I'd like to give a big thanks to the community for joining us in the 5C tournament. Let's take a look at the best moments so far.
Oh,
We're facing Dorky again. 3rd freaking tournament in a row.
oh. Hit him with the alt, Kahori. Boom! Hit him with the alt, Shadow King. Ah!
Oh no! Cheetah, please lose. Go against Duelam. No!
I'm actually shaking.
Holy moly, I'm nervous right now. I didn't think I was going to be nervous. I got to tell you, this feeling that I'm getting right now is worth it.
I am freaking out. I am freaking out. Dude, this is too much pressure. It's too much pressure.
Oh my god, you called it! You called it! The Gwen! The threading of the needle! The Gwen perma kills! I lost round 1 to that!
Oh no! Oh no!
Lost round 1 to
Don't! Cut it! Cut it! Save Batman!
Super
Save the Batman! Save the Batman!
And there we go. Perma kills.
In the name of science!
Yeah, baby! I win!
Why am I so nervous? Why am I so nervous?
The season of Updog is upon us. So get ready. All the doubters, all the haters.
I'm praying
All the
for
voices in my head.
good stuff to happen. If not, we're blaming Duelam.
That's right! Get ready!
Same one.
This is gonna be a season of
Say, this is the only clip he ever gets to be
He
happy.
took an L! He took an L because he has Kahori on blow. He took 2 L's, we won. Hey, Duelam, how's that Kahori on defense going?
Keep an eye out for our
That guy's an asshole! You see that shit?
Back to you, Pathfinder.
That'll do it for this episode of Strike Spot. I want to thank Ryan Jacobson, Strike Fox, and Lori for coming and giving us all these exciting details today. We hope you enjoy the anniversary and all the fun things to come. And as always, we'll see you in the next episode of Strike Spot.
Oh, lordy, lordy, lord. Am I really that loud all the time?
That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.